Howdy on What Likes Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so I've built my little supply area. And I'm hoping these gaps keep the zombies out. Okay, I'm actually gonna take this out of here. Ooh, I can jump. Well, that might be different once I get more goods in my inventory. Slow me down. Oh, my armor is broken. Get my armor repaired. Well, I'll tell you what. I have been watching this old TV show that I watched years ago, and it was one of my favorite shows years ago when it was on, and apparently it the producer for the show was able to that's not the right button, was able to get like seriously, dude, was able to get like I have 5, I should be able to fix all this. Was able to get like some pretty big songs for the soundtrack for the show, and so because of that, the show has never been released on anything since, basically. And so the other day it wasn't the other day, but a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh man, I forgot that show even existed. I'm like, man, I kind of want to watch it again. And I had finished whatever it was I was watching at the time. And so I started watching Ed is the name of the show. It's a romantic comedy from the early 2000s. And one of these days, I'm gonna manage to injure somebody's legs so they don't keep up to me. My bed is there, yes. Oh, also, I need to mark this place as a base. And so like I said, it was one of my favorite shows back in the day. The first couple of seasons held up pretty good. The later season, the 4th season, wasn't as good. The final season of the show. But the early seasons I enjoyed quite a bit. They're pretty funny. And rewatching it, I enjoyed it again, but I distinctly remember the storyline. Oh no. Okay, well that was nice of you to let me finish my looting. Also, I thought you were something else. I swear I saw a hat on this guy. Okay, is everybody here a red-eyed demon, yellow-eyed demon, whatever? It's not nighttime, is it? Also, this is a really long waiting to let me respawn here. And so one of the big things that happens on the show, so it's a romantic comedy, and it's about this guy. Spoilers. It's about this guy who catches his wife in bed with another man, and so he walks out, and he is flipping through his high school yearbook for whatever reason, and comes across a picture of the girl he had a crush on in high school, and so he decides to go see what she's up to, and so he goes back to his hometown, and he finds her, and they kind of go on a date, even though she's seeing someone else, and then I think the problem is that there was a pilot episode, and then they didn't like it, and so I don't know if there's any copy of the pilot episode. You can find like the alternate first episode, but not the pilot episode, which is weird. That's right, your buddy exploded. And so both the aired pilot and the alternate pilot both start with the same story of what had happened, but there's no, at least I didn't find one. I didn't look very hard. But there's no episode showing what happened that led up to him deciding to move back to his hometown and buying a bowling alley. And so he's a bowling alley lawyer because he's a lawyer, but he moved back home. He lost his job, is how I found out his wife was cheating on him, and so when he moved back home to be a okay, so what happened? Something happened with him and the girl, or the woman, I guess. And for whatever reason, he bought the bowling alley because she kissed him. Dude, I just one-shot that dog. Just one-shot that zombie. Not one-shot this one. Ooh. I didn't even six-shot that one. Anyway, so he moves back home to pursue this woman, and so I distinctly remember, I hate that woman because in the show, she cheats on him after they get together finally. I distinctly remember that, and I was talking to my sister. I was like, "Oh man, you know what I'm watching?" She's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "I'm watching Ed." She's like, "I loved Ed." I'm like, "Yeah, but I hate Carol Vesey." And she's like, "Oh, me too. She cheated on Ed." I'm like, "Yeah, right." I'm like, "I haven't got to that part yet though." So I finished the show this week. She never cheats on him. What the heck? So last night we were sitting here and we were watching movie, and I turned to her and I go, "Hey, I finished Ed this week." And she goes, "Oh yeah?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know what doesn't happen?" I'm like, she's like, "What?" I'm like, "He never cheats on that, or Carol never cheats on him." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I know. I distinctly remember. It was like a whole big turning point in the show where she cheats on him, and then that's it. That's it for him and her. And she keeps trying to get back with him, but he won't have anything to do with it because she cheated on him." And so she's like, "Yeah, I remember that." I'm like, "Yeah, it didn't happen. It's not in the show." I'm like, "I finished the entire thing." And so she's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, it didn't happen. I don't know what to say. It really didn't happen." And so she tried to look it up. She couldn't find it. And she's like, well, maybe it was another show. Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. You also just said you remembered it, and you said you remembered it before. She's like, I do. And so she looked up. She's like, no, we never watched another show with that woman in it. She's I haven't watched it, but she's in she's in. That didn't go well. Modern Family. Is that the name of a show? I did not watch it because of her. It's just that I don't watch that kind of television anymore, really. I prefer to marathon things once they're over, or marathon old shows I've already watched, I guess. But yeah, I was pretty shocked. Another Mandela thing for me. That stuff happens all the time for me with shows. I remember these really distinct parts that I really like and or I really hate, and then they're just not real. Hey, buddy. Oh, well, that one went down pretty good. Really? The dog? The dog infected me. You know the dog's not a zombie game, right? What are we looking at over here? Nothing. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, I was pretty shocked. Yeah, the ending is weird on the show. I definitely don't remember some of the stuff at the end. I thought I might. Um, then what I thought was going to happen didn't happen. So, I was wrong. The thing is I do remember some of the episodes from the final season. I just don't remember the series finale. And the thing that I distinctly remember before... it just didn't happen. So yeah, that was... I'm gonna watch, Once Upon a Time, because I really liked that show when I was watching it. And so... I never finished it. It was, I talked about before, it was that time when either my DVR died or when I, stopped paying for cable. And so gave up my DVR full of my shows that were recorded that I hadn't watched yet. I used to get, Once Upon a Time on Blu-ray. I had a friend who was in the Disney DVD club, and so I was, getting him through that, because I could get him a little cheaper and get the box set. And so I've got a few of the first seasons that I had watched, and then he stopped being in the Disney Club or something. I don't know. Stopped offering to get him for me. Whatever. I mean, I paid for them. He just ordered them through his account. So I've never finished the show, and so I wanted to get back and see how that show goes. That's a pretty fun one if you like twisted fairy tale kind of stories. It's it's like it's a more adult version of a twist of the fairy tales. Because I mean, I'm like what 3-4 episodes in, they've already showed the Wicked Queen cutting out someone's heart and and using it to cast a spell. It's the oh look at that. Find more food in the the wicked stepmother. I do that every time. I hate that they put them up here and you can't drag from it. Um, so, uh, yeah, it's basically the Snow White's evil stepmother casts a spell that will take away everyone's happiness because of the new story that goes down in the show for the characters. And so what that translates into is they all get turned into humans, those who aren't human, and then they are sent to a town in, is it Maine? Great, this guy's got. I know. There's like a dozen of you for some reason. I'm 200 geared for this town. I can't fight here. It's too much going on. I gotta find a lesser place, I guess, to go and fight. Bicycle. We'll be back, town. We'll be back. But I'm gonna need better armor and oh. Wait, where did I put my chest? Oh, up on the roof, right. I was thinking I did it here, but I did it up here. Okay, I guess I'll just take this back to my base. My main base. So they all got sent to, like I said, Storybrooke, Maine, um, and then their memories were taken away from them. They don't remember who they were. And okay, gotta find the right button here. Okay, let's head north and see where north goes. Apparently I haven't been this direction. And then they're also like frozen in time, so they don't age. They don't remember who they are. Their memories don't work. They just, I don't know if they're like stuck in a loop or something. I don't know what the deal is, but they just they're time locked in this place, and so they found a way to save one person, although it ended up being spoilers. And so they sent the newborn daughter of Snow White and Prince Charming, because Rumpelstiltskin prophesied that when she turned 28, she would return and undo the queen's spell and start the final war for Fairy Tale Land. And so on her 28th birthday, the Emma, the main-ish character, her son she gave up for adoption shows up because he'd been adopted by the wicked stepmother of Snow White, and he takes her back to the town, or takes her to the town, and starts the events that start to undo the curse. But it's pretty fun because they show you what's going on in Storybrooke, but then they also show you flashbacks, and eventually what's going on currently in the fairy tale lands as well, and so you get to see like why Rumpelstiltskin is Rumpelstiltskin, why the Wicked Stepmother is wicked, why how Prince Charming and Snow White got together and all that kind of stuff. And there's like I think Peter Pan's in there, Captain Hook's in there. Cinderella is the episode that I'm on right now. Mulan, I know, is in there in later seasons. That's about where I stopped watching. Uh, Again, not because I didn't like the show, just because, I stopped watching all shows basically at that point. But yeah, that's what I've switched to now, and it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. I forgot how good their twisted fairy tale versions are, which is shocking for Disney because some of their stuff is just awful. Yeah. Oh, and then okay. So I try to watch this anime that came out. I really like isekai animes. That's where somebody gets yoinked into another world. And I'm not the biggest fan of Power Ranger type stuff. Sentai and but they had an anime came out that was like the Red Ranger gets isekai'd into another world and continues fighting as a hero or something like that. I don't know. They got really long weird names now. And so I'm like, all right, I'll check that one out. I guess could be fun. Oh, it was so dumb. It was so dumb, and it was awful. I talked about it before. It was awful. I watched one episode. I'm like, yep, I'm never watching another episode of that trash. And so there was another one that came out uh, pretty close to that called Go Go Loser Ranger. And I was like, okay, yeah. I keep hitting escape because the game I'm playing a lot lately, escape brings up your menu and shows you your map. But yeah, so Go Go Loser Ranger, on the other hand, even though it has a terrible name, turned out to be really good, and I'm shocked at how good it was. Like, I wouldn't say it's like a top anime, but it's definitely a good anime. If you like what I like, I guess. And so I was pretty pleased. I was glad. I was glad that I decided to watch it. It was a lot of fun. A lot of twists I wasn't expecting. So spoilers, I guess, for it a little bit. It's basically what happened was the aliens show up to conquer Earth, and so there are boss aliens, and then there are their foot soldiers, and their foot soldiers are called Dusters or something like that. Dusties. They're made out of like nanoparticles, and so they're very fragile. Like they can do damage and stuff, but if they get hit, they break apart because they're made out of you know tiny particles. And so the however we they haven't explained. However, it happened. Some people became rangers, and within a year, the rangers, according to the official storyline, killed off all the bosses and defeated most of the. Well, I don't know if it's the official storyline that the people know, but the storyline given to the remaining Dusters is that their bosses were defeated, and and that if they wanted to live, because the ranger weapons can kill them permanently, um, because they're made out of particles. If they get smashed to pieces, they just reform eventually. And dude, you almost walked yourself right off the roof. And now you're dead. I forgot I was trying to get this roof to fall down and then it didn't. Um, so, so now it's 13 years later, and the Rangers have a whole like again, escape is not going to open your menu, your inventory. The Rangers have a whole setup where they're like almost like a military force now, and they've got like subordinates and new Rangers and all sorts of stuff like that, bases, and and so what they're doing is they are forcing the remaining fighters, the dust fighters, to every Sunday the dust fighters try to come up with some way or some kind of creature for the Rangers to fight, and then the Rangers fight it, and a group of dusters. But there's only a handful of them left, and um, so that's what they do every week. Every week on a Sunday in an arena, they fight the Rangers every week, and and so one of the I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of funny, right? Because I don't know what's happening. I just start watching the show. And so one of the fighters, he decides he doesn't want to fight anymore. And so when the Rangers defeat the boss of the week, they all disappear to go back, and or they get formed. I guess they don't get defeated. They form up to do the final push, where they're about to be defeated, and fighter D, he decides he's not going to take it anymore, and so he breaks rank and he charges the Rangers to attack them, and uh, and so the rest of the show is this crazy. I don't know what's going on. Everybody seems to be evil, like everybody seems to be. Nothing is what they said it was. There are there are rangers who are betraying the ranger force. Uh, there are bosses still alive. There are fighters still alive who everybody thought were dead. It's a pretty good twisty story that I wasn't expecting for sure, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I still don't know what's going on. I even after watching the whole thing, I still don't understand what is happening in this world, because everything everybody says seems to be a lie. Uh, like I'm not sure the Rangers aren't gonna be the bosses. That are supposed to have been defeated. I actually think that maybe some of the Rangers are the aliens in disguise, because they realized it would be easier to control the population as Rangers than it would be as alien invaders, and so they killed the Rangers and have just taken over. I think that's a possibility. I don't I haven't seen any actual evidence of that necessarily, but it's weird to me that like every ranger has his own squad, or their own squad, and so like there's the red squad for the red ranger, right, and the blue squad for the blue ranger, and then um like I'm not sure that all the ranger squads are human. I know for a fact that at least three of the subordinates are out to take down the rangers, and one of those guys traded his spot and went into hiding so that D because they're made out of dust, so they can shapeshift into whatever they want. D shapeshifts into this guy, and then goes into ranger training to try and compete to be the next ranger. And so while that's all going on, he's trying to figure out how to amass the power to take down the rangers. That's what he's trying to do. But like one of the ranger trainees gave him his spot and knows that he's a dust fighter. And then there's like 2 or 3 others that he found along the way who also know and are helping him out. And I don't understand what is happening. And like they show the Red Ranger helping people like out in public and stuff, like when nobody's looking. So like I think he wants to help people. And like the Blue Ranger, they showed him and he's doing like this whole orphanage thing. But then like the immediate every ranger's got their not a sidekick, but their apprentice, their what's the word for that? Their protege. And so the like some of the proteges are against the Rangers. I'm just so confused. I hope they get another season because I really enjoyed it. It was a good twisty tale of what's going on, and like like D wants control. And so he's also betraying his own people and some of the boss stuff that goes down. And so I'm just like, everybody's betraying everybody in this show. And they still haven't explained where the Rangers even got their powers. So I don't I don't know if the whole thing's gonna turn out to be some big ruse by the invading aliens. It was pretty good though. I liked it. I was surprised that Go-Go Loser Ranger was so good compared to its name. Yeah. And then we finished the second season of Solo Leveling. That was awesome. That might be one of my top favorite animes ever. I think I like Goblin Slayer better. And I definitely like Gundam Wing better. But for straight up just I like my superheroes to struggle, but I also enjoy like I'm secretly more powerful than you can even imagine. And so Solo Leveling is I'm secretly more powerful than even you can imagine kind of show. And I really liked it. All right, with that, be around the small things, leading the light. I will talk to you later.